On August 10th, 2026, a magnitude 7.4 earthquake struck Colombia's Choco department, with the epicenter about 5 kilometers east of San Jose del Palmar, roughly 150 miles from Bogota. A family was at home, enjoying their morning coffee and planning what they needed to do that day, when, unfortunately, something completely unexpected happened. It was around 7:34 a.m. when, all of a sudden, they felt the house shaking around them. In that moment, the mother started recording while screaming for her son to wake up, and they all rushed outside. Fortunately, the earthquake wasn't too severe while they were still inside the house, but once they reached the street, the shaking became much stronger.
Dylan! 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 ¡Sube, que está temblando! ¡Sube, corre! ¡Corre, que está temblando! ¡Corre, salte, ven! Dios mío, bendito. Dios mío, Dios mío. Dios mío. Padre Santo, Padre Santo. Padre Santo. Padre Santo. Michen los niños. Los niños, Michen los niños.
Vamos al colegio.
This might be one of the craziest videos from the perspective of someone who survived an earthquake that I've ever seen. Seeing them struggling to stand on a completely flat surface in the street really shows just how powerful the shaking was. After they got outside the house, everything around them started collapsing. Some houses lost an entire floor, others lost their roofs, and some were completely destroyed. They were incredibly lucky, and it makes me wonder, if that boy hadn't woken up when he did, would he have still had a chance to get outside? This happened just a few days ago, and there still isn't an exact number of missing people. As of the most recent reports, at least 265 people have died, more than 3,700 have been injured, and over 4,100 remain reported missing, with the death toll continuing to rise in the days following the earthquake. Colombia's Geological Service called it the strongest earthquake recorded in the country during the 21st century, and it was also followed by a magnitude 5.0 aftershock. Look, it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. When an earthquake wants to hit, it will hit. On November 17th, 2023, Corrine and Jack were having one of the most special days of their lives, their wedding day. It took place at a beach venue in Glan, Sarangani province in the Philippines, and everything seemed perfect. The weather was beautiful, and everyone was enjoying the moment. They were walking toward the altar when, all of a sudden, the region was struck by a magnitude 6.8 earthquake. What was supposed to be one of the happiest moments of their lives suddenly turned terrifying.
Jesus! OMG! Lord! Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Oh Lord, what's wrong? Oh, Mami. Oh. Jesus Christ. Si Karin ba? Ang baby ko. Oh Lord, Lord, no. Relax. Wala na. Sa uyog man gud na. Oh my gosh, Lord na naman. Naman, ma'am. Naman. Oh my Lord. Oh my gosh.
Look, if that wasn't a sign, I don't know what it was. Leaving the jokes aside, the earthquake was followed by some big waves, and considering the wedding was happening right on the beach, things didn't exactly look good for them. The wedding was put on hold for about 30 minutes, but after they saw that the waves weren't getting any worse and that everyone was safe, they decided to continue. It still ended up being one of the happiest moments of their lives, just with a little extra adrenaline that definitely wasn't coming from the wedding nerves. Even though everyone at the wedding was fine, the same couldn't be said for the 11 people who sadly lost their lives and the 730 who were injured. By November 20th, the earthquake had damaged more than 826 houses and 118 pieces of infrastructure across Davao Occidental, and it triggered a total of 121 aftershocks by November 23rd. While some people were living through one of the happiest days of their lives, others were experiencing their worst, or even their last. Deshae Frost is a Twitch streamer who posts comedy skits, pranks, and daily life content. His videos mainly consist of dating women and things like that, but in this particular video I'm going to show you, he was doing a different kind of stream. On March 28th, 2025, he was in Thailand with a friend and his cameraman, getting ready to have some fun in the city. They were staying in an apartment on a high floor and were streaming themselves having a good time when something unexpected happened.
Dude, yes, with that, for sure. Come on, man, look at the view, look at the vibes, y'all. Come on, man. You gotta come look at the view, twin. Beautiful. Sky rise for the 700. You ain't getting this in America. It's crazy, I'm not gonna lie. It's hot as out here, but it's cool though. For sure. I was riding on a bike, chat. I was riding on a bike, I'm not gonna lie, it was lit. This is $700? 700. Damn. Crazy,
and
chat.
it come with a maid. It come with a maid every Wednesday.
What?
My light bill, $23.
Your light bill's $23?
$23. My water bill, $3.
What?
Oh God.
Culture of Thailand, bro. This is my first time here, chat. We're in Asia right now, okay? We're in Asia right now. I gotta take a shot, bro. I gotta take a shot. Yeah, this is my first time.
But while they were talking and looking out the window, something absolutely terrifying happened, especially considering how high up they were in the building.
When you be thinking about like elevating in life, like a lot of people just be cool with where they at. So it's just
No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't got a lot of friends where I'm in Atlanta either. All my friends in LA. I got a couple friends in Atlanta, but all my friends like my.
What the is that?
Just a.
Oh, this is a tsunami?
No.
But it's an earthquake.
Are you serious?
Bro, what the is that? Oh, shit.
Why you?
No, Dad. What the is this?
No, bro, this.
Oh! No.
No.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Bro, what the is going on? Why are you laughing? No, I'm dead. I don't know. Hold on, gang. Go. Oh, shit. Oh, we gotta go. Let's get out. We gotta go. We got stairs. Go staircase. Oh. No, oh my gosh. No. Hey, go. Oh, shit. What the fuck is that? Hey, where do we go?
They began running down the stairs, which is something I definitely wouldn't recommend during an earthquake, but somehow they managed to make it outside safely. Once they got outside, they found debris and objects that had fallen everywhere around them.
Come on. They said all around them.
Oh, it's raining out here. Oh, we just had a tornado.
Oh, shit. Oh,
We just
my
had a
God.
tornado?
No, you good. I got you. Bro, we just had a random that in the building crack. What the f is the building? This is not real. Bro, Thailand is not a real place. Bro, you good? Oh. That's the wall, bro.
They say King said stop saying his name.
Who?
Said the King said stop saying his name.
Bro. Bro, we just had a random tornado? Stop being I'm more confident than you is. That's what I'm saying, bro.
This was the Myanmar earthquake, a magnitude 7.7 quake with an epicenter about 17.2 kilometers from Mandalay. It was powerful enough to be felt across the region, with people rushing out of buildings as far away as Bangkok and Thailand. The final reported death toll reached at least 5,456, making it the deadliest earthquake worldwide in 2025. However, the true death toll is believed to be significantly higher, as Myanmar's damaged communications infrastructure and ongoing civil war made it extremely difficult to get an accurate count. Deshe and his friends were incredibly lucky to survive, especially because they were in Thailand, where the shaking was still strong but nowhere near as devastating as it was in Myanmar. They continued exploring Thailand for the rest of the day, probably still in shock that they had experienced something like this on their very first day in the country and during their first ever visit. The next video captured something that happened during that exact same Myanmar earthquake from the previous video, but this time it was something that left earthquake geologists absolutely astonished. One specialist, Wendy Bohon, said her jaw hit the floor when she saw it, while other scientists described the footage as something they had never seen captured on camera before. Take a look. The video was captured by a surveillance camera on March 28th, showing the exact moment the earthquake caused the land on one side to suddenly thrust forward with a powerful jolt as a rupture ripped through the ground for hundreds of kilometers along the Sagang Fault. What is a fault? Oh, we're getting into science stuff now, but I'll explain it to you in a very simple way. Deep underground, there's a crack in the Earth's crust called the Sagying Fault, and it runs through almost the entire length of Myanmar. The land on one side of this crack is slowly trying to slide past the land on the other side, kind of like two rough sandpaper blocks grinding against each other. But friction locks them together, so instead of sliding smoothly, they get stuck, and stress starts building up for decades. Sometimes even centuries. In this video, that stress finally became too much, and the two sides suddenly ripped free all at once. Imagine stretching a rubber band tighter and tighter until it suddenly snaps. That's basically what the ground did. So, whispers, why is this freaking video such a huge deal? Well, normally scientists only know that a fault has ruptured by looking at what happened afterward. Cracked roads, shifted fences, satellite images taken days later. They basically have to play detective after the fact. But this time, a security camera happened to be pointed at exactly the right spot when it happened. For the first time, scientists could actually watch solid ground tear apart and move sideways in real time. So there it is. Now you know something new. That's assuming you didn't skip me yapping. Anyway, next. This next video comes from a woman named Rika Saints, who was with her family at a pool somewhere in the Philippines, having fun and recording everything around them. Kids were jumping into the water, others were trying to stay afloat, and it seemed like a completely normal family moment that they would never forget. Unfortunately, this happened on April 22nd, 2019, when a magnitude 6.1 earthquake struck Luzon. The video captured the exact moment the earthquake hit, with many people still in the pool as the water suddenly started moving in every direction, turning what had been a fun day into a terrifying situation. Take a look.
Ng libag. Punong-puno ng laway to, guys. Punong-puno ng UTI. Nasaan? Uy, lumilindol! Shucks! Shucks! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Gosh! Oh! Mamosh! Gosh! Uy! Tayo na kayo! Oh! JFG! Jacob! Uy! Jake! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Jake! Tayo ka na! Oh, shucks! Sabi ko na nga ba, lumilindong kasi kanina. Kanina, nahilo na ako. Sabi ko, tumagal niya ng lupa.
Fortunately, everyone managed to get out of the water, and no one around the pool was injured. But sadly, other parts of the country weren't as lucky. The earthquake left at least 18 people dead, 3 missing, and at least 256 others injured, with the heaviest damage reported in nearby Pampanga province. By May 1st, 2019, there had been 1,049 aftershocks, 16 of which were strong enough to be felt. And then, just one day after the Luzon earthquake, a separate magnitude 6.5 earthquake struck near Samar in the central Philippines. Fortunately, it caused no tsunami, and there were no immediate reports of major damage. So while everyone in that pool managed to escape safely, the earthquake had much more devastating consequences elsewhere. When an earthquake happens, a lot of people might think, oh, I would have been so lucky if I was somewhere in a forest where there are no buildings that can fall on me. And at first, that actually sounds like a reasonable thought. Only it's not always safer, depending on where you are, of course. This next video comes from Mick. He and a group of Estonians were trekking somewhere between Godatabela and Langtang in the Langtang Valley of Nepal. Unfortunately, this happened on April 25th, 2015, when a magnitude 7.8 earthquake struck the region. Thinking they were safe, they watched as huge boulders rolled down a different hill in the distance. Unfortunately, they soon realized that rocks were also falling from the mountain on their side. But that wasn't the only threat they had to worry about. Sadly, something else was coming straight toward them as well. Right at the end of the video, you can actually see a huge cloud approaching them, and along with the boulders came a massive avalanche. The earthquake shook loose a huge section of the Langtang Lirong mountainside, including an entire hanging glacier and frozen lake, sending roughly 40 million tons of rock and ice down a couloir directly toward Langtang village. The avalanche created a shock wave so powerful that it flattened trees for kilometers on the opposite side of the valley. Through what was almost a miracle, this particular group managed to survive. But more than 350 people were killed or went missing because of the avalanche, while the earthquake itself caused roughly 8,500 deaths nationwide. It was an absolute tragedy, and watching their faces at the end of the video as they seemed to realize that they might actually lose their lives that day is heartbreaking. Even knowing that they eventually survived doesn't make those few moments any less terrifying. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. You can also turn on the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post. And if you want to keep watching, click on one of the videos on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy those too.